进传奇最终章经典系列第12部作品的黑凤凰。这一部也如同《复仇者联盟4》一样，是 X 战警系列演员阵容最华丽的一部哦。电影配乐更是由金奖大师汉斯季默操刀，为观众带来爆破壮阔的冲击感动。那么这一次，除了关键角色秦葛雷由苏菲特纳所演出之外，过去熟悉的角色包括一堆影帝影后 ，X 教授詹姆斯麦凯维，还有万磁王麦可法斯宾达，好莱坞性感女神代表模型女的珍妮佛劳伦斯，以及新生代男神野兽尼可拉斯霍特。
Whatever happened up there made her stronger. She's changing.
And what? I'm scared. When I lose control, bad things happen to people I love.
快银伊凡彼得斯、独眼龙泰谢瑞丹，还有风暴女亚历山卓西普全数回归力挺。这一次还加码邀请到和詹姆斯麦考维交情深厚，我个人相当欣赏的金球奖影后杰西卡崔斯坦担任本次剧中重要的神秘反派角色。失控的秦葛雷到底和惊奇队长谁比较厉害？哦不，这只是我个人的好奇心啦。谁叫他们两个都是吸收了宇宙好厉害的神秘力量，才变得如此强大。总之，秦葛雷之乱的幕前幕后大爆挂，我们交给2位 X 战警的最强苦主来告诉我们。来看看 X 教授詹姆斯麦考维以及万磁王麦可法斯宾达的独家专访。
When the very first X-Men came out, nobody saw it coming.
It was like, okay, this is something new. The world said we're seeing something different here.
Where am I? You're in my school for the gifted.
Pretty incredible journey, really, from 2010 when sort of was introduced to the character in First Class, and the sort of journey that we've all taken now.
The thing about X-Men that separates it from a lot of the other superhero movies is the emotion that is found within the relationships.
This is what life looks like. People who love each other. A home.
Charles! He's always had a very strong message, that of integration. But he's always had a slight God complex and a vanity about him, I think, which we've never really exploited massively. But I've always felt it could be there. It was certainly there in a kind of low-level, fun way in First Class, his sort of self-centeredness and his vanity, but not in a dangerous way. Here he's got a geopolitical platform, and he's slinging his message of integration to the world and try to shape the world, and probably got an eye on the presidency. And he's very much believing his own press, and instead of applying that message to the people in his own life, he's more concerned with like slinging that message out there, you know. So he's a politician that believes his own press, really, and that's a dangerous thing.
What makes all the mutants in X-Men so beautiful is that we're all different.
They're kind of outcasts.
But we joined together. You know, Sophie is a fantastic actor, and she's really playing that conflict within herself so well. It's not an easy thing to do. And like you say, the fact that, you know, Dark Phoenix is pulling her one way and Jean Grey's trying to sort of survive amongst this huge sort of force within her.
Something's happening to me. The Dark Phoenix powers consume Jean. It becomes the ultimate battle.
One of the other things that has been one of his mantras is that there's good in everybody, and he believes that even in the darkest of situations and in the depths of anybody's experience, he can draw the good out of them. And that's a great thing. That's a great hopeful aspect of somebody's character. But I think here in this movie, he's doing it to prove that he was right, and that's an ego-driven response to the trauma that Jean is going through. He's not doing it because he believes there's good in everybody. He's doing it because he feels he has to prove himself righteous in his actions, and that's a negative thing.
He's not Jean anymore.
It's just really exciting to be a part of something that people have loved for generations.
We couldn't ask for better, more dedicated fans.
You're not kids anymore.
She says she's coming looking for answers and help, but I think she's sort of sought him out because of his history and his relationship to death and killing. And she's obviously come into, through her sort of, being taken over, she's enjoying bringing pain to people. And I think she's come to Eric to sort of, as I say, to get sort of validation for that. And of course he's not there to give it to her.
And fight as one, they will perish.
They're right to fear me.
We all live in the same house, and she's been living in that house since she was 7, 8. So definitely, yeah, there's a father-daughter dynamic there, and a whole family dynamic that we're tearing apart.
You ready for this?
A new tomorrow starts today. The world is on the brink. She's changing.
And what?
I've been very impressed with her as well, actually, in terms of just seeing her and what she did in Game of Thrones recently too, and seeing how cerebral and cold and in control she was, and then seeing how vulnerable and how much more, not juvenile, but younger she is, and more vulnerable she is, and searching, which she very much knows who she is as Sansa, and that's just really, you're just getting to see how many tools she's got in her kit. She's got a lot of strings to her bow. She's brilliant. She's technically the head of the acting department in this movie, and she's one of the younger members of the acting department.
That's enough, boys and girls, that's enough. The X-Men have today done an incredibly brave thing. They have once again proved to humanity exactly why they need us, people like yourselves.
He never gives up on Jean, but he does make the problem worse sometimes as well. Because I think he's part of the reason why she is the way she is. Yeah, I think you could take the superpowers out of this movie, and you could take the one alien out of this movie, and you would be left with the same story, that of a family trying to and conflicting over how to help somebody who is having problems staying sane, and keeping control of themselves. And that's something that I think many people have got experience of, and we'll see a parallel to in this. Add in the special effects, the superhero powers, and an alien, and then it gets fantastical and takes it to another level. But essentially, it is what X-Men films are when they're at their best, which is a story about family, and the antagonist or the bad guy always comes from within that family. That's when it's at its best. Whether it's Michael being inducted into that family in first class, but him kind of being the problem and him kind of being the bad, even though you had a bad guy in Shaw. By the way, we've always had great actors playing bad guys. Kevin Bacon, Peter Dinklage, Oscar Isaac, Jessica Chastain. Probably a lot of Oscar nominations in that lot. That's the best thing, when the turmoil comes from within the family group, And I think Simon identified that as a real strength of the X-Men franchise, and really went for it this time.
One more time, old friend.